We've already seen a lot of milestones in the transition to electric cars, but there is no denying that there's another one right here in the brilliantly retro-modern, pure electric Hyundai Ioniq 5.
The Hyundai Ioniq 5 is significant for a lot of reasons. First of all, it's a huge turning point for the brand itself. Yes, Hyundai has just launched its premium Genesis brand, but clearly Hyundai itself is also going up market with this. I mean, just look at it. The styling is fantastic. It looks like a concept car. It's really kind of minimalist, but also quite brutal, which I really quite like. Maybe the Honda E is similar in a kind of modern retro kind of feel, but this is still such an original design. The pricing of the Ioniq 5 also puts it in contention with a lot of premium rivals. So it does start from well under £40,000, but if you go for the high performance four-wheel drive version, you're looking at £48,000. So it is clearly in contention with all of those rivals like the Audi Q4 e-tron and the Mercedes EQA. And don't think you're going to get away with it. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the CarGurus UK YouTube channel and turn on your notifications so that you do not miss any of our content.
There are two battery options to choose from, 58 kWh or 73 kWh, which offer a range of between 238 and 298 miles. And when it does come to charging on the go, the Hyundai Ioniq 5 is one of the best on the market. It charges at up to 220 kilowatts, so if you plug into one of the fairly rare 350 kilowatt ultra-rapid chargers, you will get an 80% charge in around about 20 minutes, or a 100 mile top-up will take well under 10 minutes. Plug into a standard 7 kilowatt home charger and you're going to get a 100% top-up in under 11 hours.
That's not the only clever thing about the Ioniq 5. This is one of the first EVs that can actually be used as a charging point itself. Pay a little bit extra and you get this vehicle to load charging function, which means that you can plug this in here into the Type 2 socket, and that means that you can actually plug your cable in and charge another vehicle off the Ioniq. Not very quickly, granted, so 3.6 kilowatts max, which means that you're going to get about 10 to 14 miles per hour of range at most. Even so, you can see how that would be a really useful emergency feature.
It's all very clever stuff then, but the Ioniq 5 hasn't sacrificed practicality in the name of fancy tech. This is quite a large car, similar in size in fact to the Volkswagen ID4 and Ford Mustang Mach-E, but the space inside is even better than you might expect. There's limo-like space in the rear seats, not to mention the useful sliding and reclining rear seats. The flat floor even makes it fairly comfy for someone to sit in the middle. The boot too is very spacious, so you'll be able to get a chunky double buggy or a couple of sets of golf clubs in here no problem at all. There's underfloor storage space too, and a convenient cubby under the bonnet to keep your cables out of the way.
It's all appropriately high-tech in here as well. So you've got these two screens which are the major focal point of the dash, but it is a really kind of minimalist looking dash, definitely kind of reflects that styling from the outside. I think it looks great actually. Some of the plastics do feel a bit cheap, I have to say, and these touch sensitive climate controls can be a little bit of a faff, but generally really easy to use. The touchscreen too is really easy to use, and of course you've got your Apple CarPlay, your Android Auto, sat-nav, digital radio, Bluetooth. It is one of the better systems in the class because the menus are just nice and logical, screen responds quickly, it's got everything you expect. It's got the digital dials, very changeable, all the info on there that you want, really good visibility out of the back, and I really like all this storage space because everything's been removed from down here. You've got loads of space down here, nice neat little cubby for your phone down there, wireless charging here, and it's just a really nice place to sit. Added to that, you get standard electric seat adjustment and heated seats on every Ioniq 5, so you can't really quibble with that, can you?
Equipment levels are good across the whole Ioniq 5 range, but mid-spec premium is our pick of the range, not only as you can't get the bigger battery on the entry-level SE Connect. Premium trim also gets nicer upholstery, heated seats, electric seat adjustment, front parking sensors and a reversing camera. Top spec Ultimate also gets a head-up display and leather, but it is a big jump in price.
So you can get the Ioniq 5 with two different batteries, as I've mentioned. It also comes with various different power outputs. So that entry-level car with the smaller battery, you get that with 168 brake horsepower and it'll do 0 to 62 in 8.5 seconds. I'm sure that is absolutely fine. I've not driven it, I have to say. I think this mid-range car is the one to go for because you get 215 brake with that bigger 73 kilowatt hour battery. This is also the longest range in the of the various models, so you get 298 mile official range, and it will do 0 to 62 in nearly 7 seconds, so it's pretty fast. I mean, do you remember that was like really significant hot hatch speeds? We used to kind of like sing the praises of anything that could do that not that long ago, and now your everyday middling electric car, sorry Hyundai, it's not middling I suppose, but you know what I mean, your everyday family electric car does 0 to 62 in 7 seconds and it feels completely ordinary. Anyway, performance is great, it's good, and the Ioniq is just a very easy car to drive. If you do want something that's even faster than that, then you can go for the top spec 4-wheel drive model, which has got 302 brake, and it will do 0 to 62 in nearly 5 seconds, which is pretty mad when you think about it. But when you're asking these sort of prices and you're up against things like the Tesla Model 3 and the Polestar 2, that is the kind of performance that a lot of people expect. I wish that the Hyundai had a little bit more to its handling, because it does feel like a heavy car. Even around town, never mind out on country roads and this kind of thing, you can feel the weight of those batteries, and it does lean quite a lot in corners. The steering's very light, it's just very numb, there's not much connection to it. And not only that, you get a lot of body float as well, so really lovely motorway car, really quiet. It's everything that most people are going to want from an EV like this. I just wish it had a bit more sparkle to the way it steered.
As for the real-world range, well, we found that our rear-wheel drive 73 kilowatt-hour test car, which has a 298-mile official range, was returning around about 260 to 270 miles in summer conditions. On a solid motorway drive, you'll get a bit less than that, and in winter, expect to see more like 230 to 240 miles per charge.
But what you can't criticise is the brake regeneration, because you've got 3 different levels, and you've got an auto mode. It will do 1 pedal driving around town if you want, and because in the Hyundai you've got so many different modes which you can control via these paddles, including activating the auto mode, which uses the adaptive cruise function essentially to automatically brake harder if there's a car in front of you. It just feels like the car's doing it all for you. Some people might have a bit of a gripe about the fact that you can get obviously a longer range car in the Tesla Model 3 and the Ford Mustang Mach-E, but the real world efficiency in the Hyundai is very good. So I mean, I've seen 4 miles per kilowatt hour fairly easily without trying very hard at all. Hyundai does have a fantastic reputation for efficiency in its electric cars, and the Ioniq 5 certainly upholds that. So there is a lot that the Ioniq 5 does that really sets it apart from all the competition, and it does have a lot of rivals these days. But I think Hyundai has really nailed that sense of this being a tech product, which is what has always kind of set Tesla apart as well, and has sort of led the forefront on that, is that this does feel like a car that's been rethought from the ground up. It's not kind of constrained by all those things that tend to constrain a standard petrol or diesel car. Everything from the practicality to the way it drives and all the rest of it. And the styling, I suppose. It just feels really cool. It feels really original, really fresh, and I really, really like it. And I think Hyundai has done an incredible job of pretty much reinventing itself and its EVs.
If there's any big gripe, it's that some buyers may expect Hyundai to have rivaled the likes of Tesla and Ford with a long-range model offering more than 350 miles to a charge. But the rapid charging and other tech features, not to mention impressive practicality and equipment levels, go a long way to making up for that. It is, without doubt, something fresh and new, and it promises great things for what we can expect of modern EVs. Head to cargurus.co.uk for a whole host of used cars from fantastic top-rated dealers. And while you're here, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the CarGurus UK YouTube channel and turn on your notifications.